All right. All right. Welcome to the Truth Tribe. I am Dawn Thompson. Thank you all for being here. You all know that you are perfect exactly where you are right now in this exact now moment. And there's nothing wrong with you. And I love you very much. And I pour beautiful pink hearts all over you every day when I meditate or I am on the grid. And so know that you're loved. Know that love is the only thing that matters. Love is the only thing that is real. And that's what we're here to work through. Okay. So tonight's topic is fascinating because it is like ongoingly crazy strong right now, which is complaining is your crutch to avoid the truth. I say that because I have been noticing the last few weeks extra complaining, including myself, stupid shit that really doesn't matter, right? But then I was listening and I'm like, okay, I'm catching myself needing to stop ruminating on things. I want you guys to think about yourself. What are you ruminating about? Like, what are you constantly running through your mind? Because I finally, you guys, when I thought about it, I was like, I realized that irritation that would pop up and complaining, they kept me from seeing what I was getting out of the frustrations, right? That it was showing me to see me. It was showing me an opportunity. Each time I was there, I didn't even catch it because I was so busy ruminating on what I was thinking, a thought, a memory, an experience, complaining, right? And so many people right now are currently struggling with this truth revolution that's happening on the planet. We are in it and we are in it thick, okay? And it's time to start reparenting ourselves and befriend our shadow beast. Most people, when they learn the shadow beast from me, they want to like, oh, I don't want the shadow beast. I don't want that. And my answer is we have to learn to befriend our shadow. I've had some serious solitude lately. A lot of it, actually. And at first I didn't like it. And you could ask my husband, I was complaining to him and I was having this pity party, right? But the solitude that was, there's a lot of it that's been put in front of me. I had to listen to my own damn self, my self-criticizing, my own complaining about my own shit, right? That when I stopped and I got pushed into this long bouts of solitude, each time I realized if I just felt it, right, that I needed to get frustrated, and I realized it was my own shadow beast begging for this negative cookie that I learned as a child, the negative thought, the negative experience, which is how subconscious works, right, how your unconscious works. And then I had to say, I love you, beast, all your little inner child stuff, no negative cookie for you. And it would counter with, I would kind of counter that negative feeling, thought, experience, rumination with a blessing that was arriving from the frustration I was having. Okay. So physically, all of the above, physically, mentally, and spiritually, these frustrations that were coming up, they're going to come up for all of you. So you can say, oh, I'm okay. We're all being pushed to the top. And I'm going to talk about this in a minute because of what's coming up with the planets and the full moon coming up this week. Pain, my friends, is healing you. So you're all, someone said, give me a specific example. I'm going to get there. Okay. So what I want you all to do tonight, we're going to start at the beginning with some tools. All of you right now, I want you to rate yourself tonight. I'm going to check back at the end in Q&A for specifics, but right now I want you to rate. What is your complaining rate? And we're going to go 1 to 5. Okay. 1 being minimal and 5 being I'm a full-on bitching and pissed off and angry, irritated with everything all the time. Okay. So I want you to write down any triggers that you get maybe in this class or reminders of them. And then I want you to rate the value of this trigger or this irritation or frustration from 1 to 5. Okay. And then I want you, we'll talk about it at the end, but then I want you to flip it into the blessing that it's delivering. Okay. So depends on the trigger. It doesn't matter what it is. I want you to write it down anyway. So if it's triggering you or irritating you, person, place, thing, experience, a memory, an emotion, crying, that's triggering me. I shouldn't be crying. I shouldn't be crying. Why not? Maybe I'm crying because it's just a release and that's the blessing. So if you have a 5, right? I want you to find out what is the reason for the blessing that it's flowing, past you. How is it flowing, this bringing you into something it needs you to see? So let's just use, so I'm going to ask for an example. Let's just use health. Okay. It's a big thing on the planet right now because everybody's having health issues. If your health is at a 5, right? Instead of, oh, here it is again. Oh my God, I can't believe I just was feeling better. Now I'm in pain again. Oh my God, what if something's seriously wrong? Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. It's going to cost me and it's going to be frustrating. I don't have time. All these pain things, physical. Okay. I want you to flip it into, and we're going to get to more later, but I'm actually making this pain. I just had a client, I just got off a client call and walked into the same thing. We just talked about this. It was funny, I wrote the class on this. A very difficult pain wound that she's been trying to heal, it won't heal. And I want you to flip it into, I'm actually this wound is making me look at me, to remind me that my mind is here to find a solution. Even if all I can do is lay here and watch a healing video or a frequency of sound meditations on YouTube. The pain is causing me to see that I can heal me. I, not they, not a doctor, not the, right, I, or this person that is causing me, right, pain for whatever reason or frustration or triggering me, right, to see that they drain me. Oh, wow. If I really see the truth, the blessing is that they're triggering me and I'm like, they're draining the shit out of me, right? Because I'm being a doormat. Or is this person trying to help me? And I'm so used to shutting them out and they are offering me help, but I'm like, no, 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 no. So they keep pushing and pushing, and instead of frustrating me, it's actually a blessing that I have to learn to open up, right? Because your complaining is related to external experiences or a memory of an external moment, okay, that were taught to you in lack programming from people who learned lack, that someone or something was more valuable than you, which you all know is total bullshit, by the way, okay? You know this. Truth is spirit, and spirit has your number, all of you, okay, in the form of your blueprint, your zodiac blueprint, which I taught you 3 classes ago. If you haven't watched it, go back and look. Is that the planets are your blueprint of your energy, of your DNA, of you. So spirit's got you. It knows exactly what you're doing while you're here, what you're up to. The truth is that many of you have been trying to fit in your entire life. And trying to fit into things that are not true for you will always be frustrating. Okay? Always be frustrating because it's an energetic misalignment. It doesn't even align. It's like you're trying to do this and fit to something that doesn't align. So you can try to fit into a group or a family or a relationship, which we all keep trying to go back to. We're like, it didn't fit then. Why the hell would it fit now? But we keep trying to fit into these relationships that you want. But if it's not in alignment with your soul's truth, raise the bar. You've all listened to these calls. How many, for how many weeks, for how many years? You think I'm not raising your frequency by just offering this stuff up? You do nothing and just listen. Your frequency is raising. Then you go back to someone who's not doing any work. Okay. So when people experiences are not in alignment with your soul's truth or empowering of your truth, you will always be frustrated, right? It's 100% your responsibility to get quiet, which I didn't like, but I was like, okay, it's for a reason, right? To see what that truth is. That truth is your GPS inside of you that came at birth. It's actually in your DNA going through lifetimes of truth, okay? Your shadow beast, or as many refer to, your inner child, like all children, right? When it doesn't get think about a child when it doesn't get what it wants, right? Basically, it turns into a little monster, like a little cookie monster. And then when, it doesn't get a cookie, what happens? You don't give that child a cookie, it goes into a complete beast mode, fighting for its programmed truth from others up through 10 years of age, fighting for what it was told, this is true, and this is how you get attention, and this is how you get love up to 10 years of age, until you tame that beast and remind it that you have a new truth, which will require you to rewire that little inner child into a happy little monster, which is going to lessen your beastly appearances. And you all know the beast is someone that's telling you're not enough, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not lovable, right? So the beast is actually a good thing. Your shadow, your inner child, that ego is really what it is actually good for you when you need it, because it needs to remind you not to die, which is to eat, sleep, and drink. It will remind, when it's reminding you of those things and you haven't eaten in a while and you're hungry, good job, beast. Then that's when it will respond. And that's when you respond with gratitude, so that it keeps you present and alive. But we are all having this old stuff come up. And I know many of you have been struggling with letting go of old relationships, which your beast doesn't want to do. Your inner child doesn't want to let go because it's safe. I get it. Letting go of old ways of life, letting go of old thought patterns, old relationships, belief systems, memories. I get it. Okay, you guys, we're all being pushed into this Libra system, or the Libra season, I should say. It just started today or yesterday, 2 days ago. Libra is the sign of partnerships, relationships. So here we are, which is why it's all coming up again, right? Which I'll share with you later in the planetary update. But as for right now, sometimes you're all going to have to sit with this. It's not all the time, but you won't sit long enough to just let it show up, right? And ask yourself, why am I afraid to sit here and cry? Why am I afraid to sit here and be pissed off at myself, by the way, but at myself, right? Why am I afraid to sit here and let go of projects that I've built and created, but they aren't lifting me up anymore? I don't know why. They just aren't. Why am I afraid to let that go? Why am I afraid to walk out the door and live my life the way Spirit wants to help me? Just go with the flow, which is truth. And truth will always expand. When things are constricting and lack and tight, that's not truth. That's not even alignment with your truth. It has no other option when you're living truth, right, than to moving you into something, into each new moment as you go. That's when you're living in alignment with your truth. Every thought, everything that you think are energy that's transformed into new energy. So complaining energy is just that. It's constricting and it's not expanding to new. Do you all get this? So I need you to listen to yourself. Now, first you have to want to, right? I've had a great deal of time. I'm not kidding. A lot of alone time lately. Now, necessary, but it just happened. Okay. And I've noticed that a lot of people as well that I've been working with clients, friends, family, all experiencing the same thing, a lot of solitude or alone time for this specific reason. The universe is helping you, because when you're letting go of anything old right now, your beast will cling to it until you can see it's irrelevant in your life right now. Okay. And the solitude is what allows you to see yourself, to see your soul, to see within you and decide, what should I put aside and what should I put inside me right now? What triggers are asking me to detox my discomfort? Not judging, not angry, not criticizing yourself. You're going to do things that you're like, damn, I did it again. It's okay. But keep looking, because you've been fed, you know where I go with this, a bunch of non-soul related bullshit externally for so long. So looking internal, right, is not comfortable, natural. It's not even normal for most people. This is your new normal. This is your new natural. This is how it will be from now on. And this is the new you using your DNA GPS. You're not alone. You are just understanding your lighthouse never stops shining that light of beauty. Even when the storms are around it, when you know who you are, and when you're, oh, I know who I am, that's not serving me, that doesn't matter anymore, nor do I care about that, the blessing in that, the blessing in that, the blessing in that, you won't give a shit about fitting in with others anymore, which is what you've all been doing. Right? You just simply show up and you're bringing your inner badass, right? Your A game to live free. And we quit putting it on others, right? We quit putting it on others to fill that, to make you feel loved, to make you feel happy, to make you feel validated, whatever it is. Once you learn who you are in solitude, you won't need to move. Your servitude is shared, right? You're serving others because we're like, we gotta help. Yes, when it's necessary. So that servitude is shared as a frequency of your gifts when they're needed. And sometimes it's not easy to see that unless you're silent and listening, because it seems easy enough, right? Well, I should know how to do this. Why would it be such a struggle to see and feel yourself and live in truth? Because you have believed everything up to this point that was given to you, that was told to you, that was taught to you was truth. Why wouldn't you? So you've been going through the last 3 years going, holy shit, none of it's true. You wanted to believe it was honest as possible from honest people. You wanted to believe that. You wanted to believe that education, politics, government, medicine, religion was telling you 100% truth. And now all these boxes are crumbling, which I've been giving you for 3, 4, 5, gosh, lots of years. I don't even know how many years we're on anymore. So it's hard to let go and take responsibility for the truth that you actually want, because you're like, this isn't normal. This isn't natural for me. And the truth that you have in your soul and the truth about all of these, we'll call them boxes, departments of life, of your life, none of them are disappearing completely. People are like, we're going to end that and that's going to end. No, they're just transforming, which is what you're doing. So you have to transform from the old to the new, reparenting that little child. But you're not even paying attention. You're not even silent enough to hear yourself. Because you're still going to have God. Like I told you, God sometimes like, Dawn, shush. I talk all the time to God. But you're still going to have God instead of boxed, controlled, sinning religion. And I can have that. Guaranteed. Watch. It's crumbling. You will still have healing instead of just drugs. You will still have healers instead of drug pushers. You will still have leaders instead of controllers. You will still have learning instead of memorization. You will just choose from this point forward. I'm telling you, you don't have a choice. That which is in your highest good to match your truth instead of something telling you what to learn and how to feel that is completely against your soul and your truth. So yes, when you shine your lighthouse, those who are not doing the work, y'all ready? Are gonna get angry and gonna get frustrated and gonna get reactionary and gonna get triggered. That doesn't change the light that you shine, because lighthouses never move, right? I'm going to share this story because it's a pretty good example of what's happening to everyone in all their experiences, okay? I don't care who they are, right? But here's an example. Someone was asking, how do you handle those who get angry? You just stay light. I was at the grocery store 2 days ago, and I'm just assuming, I shouldn't assume, but this is how she was, she was, a homeless woman was being escorted out of the grocery store and being accused as for theft. And whether she was or was not, it was irrelevant to me, right? But she was screaming and saying, I'm not a liar, I'm not a thief, blah, blah, blah. But it was a very big ordeal, right? So I could care less if she was or was not. The sad part for me was the whole experience was that no one in that store stepped up to help her or talk to her. No one stepped up to pay for her groceries or help her in any way. right? Now, I'm not debating that there are nefarious, deceitful, dishonest people out there using you or someone else to get ahead, right? But what I'm trying to say is not one person, instead of gawking and looking, right? No one stepped up and said, I got this, she's fine. No one asked, okay? So again, this woman is just an example of how we all judge the external by what you see, right? Instead of what you feel. And I felt sad and heavy, more just because I saw everyone criticizing and gawking, right? I wasn't gonna, there was nothing much, you could do in this moment. Now, yes, once I got to the parking lot, they didn't call the cops, but she was going down in a wheelchair with her trolley. You could see it was her little pack. She was pulling around. And so in the parking lot, when they finally escorted her out, she walked by my car. And I was kind of parked way out the end. And she did get money, by the way. I rarely do this, if ever, because we're in a lot of places you can tell, just look at their shoes. They got brand new shoes on. There ain't nothing they need money for, right? Now, there are ones that you can just, if you use your feeling, right? And when your gut tells you it's the right thing, I need you all to start understanding it's the right thing. And that's this new earth. Did I give her money? Yes. This is the new you. This is the new lighthouse that we have become. And you're being told constantly, don't be that anymore. Don't shine. Don't be loving. Don't be truthful. Don't be honest, or don't be kind. I was more just frustrated at looking everyone go, they got her. Yeah, take that. Instead of not one human stepped up and helped her. Maybe she was stealing. I still would have purchased the groceries for her. She wasn't taking a lot. She was in a wheelchair. She wasn't taking the whole aisle. So if you trust your gut and you trust the light that you are here to shine on someone, now it could be your spouse, it could be that close to you, or it could be a homeless person, or it could be your BFF, or it could be someone in your career company that is working with you. But here's the challenge I need you all to override. Shining your light is going to trigger others. And she even told me, I didn't ask you for money. I asked you to call for help. And I said, this is all I can do for you. And she took the money reluctantly. That's what got me going. Because she didn't want money. She wanted help. Okay. So many of you have been clinging to old karmic weight. And the reason I say that is because she didn't trigger me. She didn't even frustrate me. She was even yelling a little bit. And I was like, it's all good. I literally, in my mind, I was saying, angels, send her angels, get her angels to help her, love on her. It's going to be okay. Protect her. All right. And you're finding yourselves, when you're dumping this old karma, which I've been doing, you're going to find yourself in a lighter place. And that light is hard and it's uncomfortable for some people because we've been programmed to be less and lack since childhood and into multiple past lives. So you're going to be, all of you on this call are called to let go of empathetically owning others' pain. I didn't own her pain. I just understood what it felt like to not be seen and not be heard and not have someone listen to you. And most of you on this call are empathic. You feel others' pain and you will feel what they feel. I felt what she felt, but I knew I couldn't turn into a boat because then we both would have drowned. So you know what it feels like and what to take from it to feel, you know how to take their pain away to feel better. I couldn't take her pain away, but I could lessen one 30-minute window for her with a meal. So I want you to think about it because it didn't trigger me. What was triggering me was that no one could see her but me. So if it triggers you or if it triggers others, I want you to think about in your life, everybody pick someone in your life right now, right? If you're being bright and it triggers others who haven't done the work or don't want to do the work or haven't done any enlightenment work on themselves, simply pull away from their energy field. And you'll notice they will just disappear. You don't need to cut them off. They'll just they stop showing up in your life. That's why we have a truth tribe. That's why we have this group. Is so vital that you all keep inviting people onto the call. It's free, my friends. It's not hard to find, right? But keep reminding yourself that others are feeling and experiencing the same thing. Why? Because we're all being pushed to raise up, to go, wait a minute. I know who I am. I know I'm divine. I know everything's going to flow into me. I am not going to fall apart. Because I've been big time lately, big time being called to unpack and move and detox and purge all things that no longer serve me, including physicality. I just moved into a new home, right? And so unpacking boxes, I found stuff from 20 years ago, from my marriage, my first marriage, that I should not have been holding on. It was paperwork, right? But I was like, whoa, and I shredded it, holding on to old energy that sat in my space, energy that I no longer am, right? And so the topper of this is if the spring equinox happened on the 23rd, Libra season, partnership, balance are forcing you to see imbalance. That's why it's all coming up. So stop overthinking what you need to do to get somewhere, to look and judge and keeping you criticizing and complaining about shit that doesn't matter, and start testing your criticism and complaining levels on yourself. You have to want to see it, because that's what changes your weighted and discomfort and frustration to going, oh, it's actually a blessing in disguise. That's what it is. Do little things daily. So let's just keep it simple. Please be there. That's what the game changer is, okay? I want you to ask, am I complaining, right? When I'm complaining, just ask yourself, when I'm complaining or I hear myself, number one, be gentle with yourself and ask yourself, what am I complaining about? Okay, what is the topic? Number two, what is the truth in the blessing? What is the truth that's blessing me and it's forcing me to see in me? All this solitude time, I thought it was for unpacking and cleaning my house. I unpacked a whole bunch of just old crap from my company. I have detoxed a whole bunch of programs that I'm like, I'm just not going to do that anymore. And I've changed my route, what I'm going to do. Promoting different things that are from truth, because I can't not speak truth. It's just who I am. So I just got to be there and they will keep showing up. Does that make sense? Okay. So it wasn't the money. It was just asking and trying to be kind. Yes. So the energy someone was saying, yes, it's not about the money. Like it wasn't about the money that I gave her and it wasn't about how much or anything like that. It was very much because all I could see was someone saying, see me. Even if you're stealing, anybody who steals wants to either get caught or wants to be able to see themselves that they've got power within to do something that no one can tell them not to do. So even if she was stealing, I saw her. She wanted to be seen. How many people on this call, you just want to be seen? Well, you can't be seen if you don't see yourself. Okay. Planetary update, and then we'll go into all these Q&A, these questions coming in. Very good. All right, so full moon, my friends, on Friday, on the 29th, 9:40 p.m. Eastern time. So it'll be less on the East or West Coast. Full moon is at 6 degrees in Aries. If you do know your personal birth chart, if you don't know your birth chart, you can go on my website, IDeserveItNow.com or IDINow.com. Both of them will go there and tap on tools and go to free birth chart. Most of you have done work with me, and so you already have your chart. Go look at where 6 degrees or the sign of Aries sits, and you'll see what house it's in. Full moon in Aries. Okay, this can be and it's going to be a very liberating moon. It's going to push you toward action on things that have been simmering, right? All this crap that I've been bringing up in your life, okay? Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so it's a sign of fresh beginning, new growth, okay? And we have been, remember, full moons are about closure, so it's closing off the past and putting you into a new state, because we've been deep in all this reflective energy for the past several months, because we've been in so many retrogrades that were encouraging you to do. We just got out of that Mercury retrograde. So it was encouraging introspection and realigning with who you are, who you want to be, who you're going to step into becoming. And so now we're all ready to take these lessons that we've learned and apply them wholeheartedly. Why? Because the new moon, again, now we're going into full moon on Friday. The new moon in Virgo is about analytics and details and perfection. So it was about refining and improving and analyzing, committing to what we truly desire, and then weeding out what was outdated and no longer in alignment with us. So now this full moon is going, okay, now I'm headstrong, assertive Aries. Aries is the ram, and it rams forward with energy. And it says we're ready to take things one step further. And I say one step because Aries will ram people forward 3 steps, and then it takes 2 steps back. So you took a step, ram, so it can be very assertive and feel aggressive. Aries does not like to overthink things like Virgo does, right? That's the good news. So it doesn't try to plan for anything and all the potential problems that could go wrong, right? It just simply feels it and it does it, which is why I'm trying to teach you all this right now. You're either going to feel the pain and go, oh, heck no, and you're going to do what is blessing you to do instead. This is an instinct towards action you're going to feel. And this action is necessary for liberating us into the next evolution on this planet. There is no back. We're in the truth revolution. I'm going to push you into the truth revolution. You are not going backwards. Why? Because Aries full moon, we've got Chiron in Aries, which is where we're healing. And then we've got the North Node, which is what we're all working on right now. And the North Node is also in Aries, the I energy, and Libra polarity is the opposite, the South, what we're letting go of in general, shaking us awake to the I topics. And then this Libra is shaking us right awake to the we. And so on a collective, the whole globe is feeling this. On a collective level, we're being asked to step into our I individuality and authentic truth in this now moment. Last call, I forget again all the calls we've done, but last week or the week before, we talked about how crucial you have to be here now. Okay, so Aries acts always in the now moment and aligning with people who are helping you in the aligned moment. And then relationships in Libra are also important, but the ones that are for your highest good, your highest and best good now. And then it's going to help you reset and reprogram the ones that are not. Or right? Some people can't be cut off, but you can now change how you show up instead. That's the difference, right? So your guys are going to understand that for a while, we're going to start seeing this long-standing personal and professional relationships are falling apart around us. I know you're all feeling it because a lot of you have been dealing with that. You've been dealing with relationship stuff. It's not stopping. So please hear why. It's forcing you to go inside and go, it didn't work. They're mean to me. They've hurt my feelings and made me alone. My husband's been away from me for a while. I was throwing a temper tantrum and he laughed at me, of course, but it was so good for me, right? Because I love being with him. So what was rooted in the old is being asked for you to level up and then release it now. All that old inner child bullshit, it doesn't matter anymore. It's done. So we can no longer sweep things under the rug. And to accomplish this, we need to be in the highest alignment with this Aries moon, which the moon rules emotions and the emotions of I. So it's going to help you start getting into the know of your own needs and your own desires, and then advocate for yourself. Take action and simply like effectively fill energy into that direction. Right? It's easier said than done, right? Like that's what we're all in. Believe me, I've been with you. I know. And we have lifetime, we have our entire life, right? And then we have all these generations of lifetimes of drama and baggage that have been blocking our ability to properly kind of interpret our own clear signals of knowingness, that we've created this convoluted projection of external people that interfere with our ability to simply take action on what we want and desire. And we've been programmed for so long in this stupid, like, will they like me? Will they want me? Am I good enough for them? It's been so long that most of you don't even know, like, if you start something new, what if it doesn't work? That feeling. What if you're rejected, right? What if much of this held subconsciousness energy is coming up so you can see your shadow beasts, and then you see what you've taken for granted, and then you keep taking it for granted that it's just, that's just the way it is, and then you repeat it unknowingly because you're not paying attention to it. So the good news is this Aries Libra, this I and the we, this axis, right? It's a polarity. There's going to be a wave of eclipses that are going to start coming in, which means the eclipses are moons, right? The full moons and new moons. It just makes them more powerful. You feel them deeper. So get ready, because we're on our way, right? And so this wave of eclipses that are upon us coming through into 2025 throughout the next year are massively helping us clear the slate with all this old energy and all the old info, and pushing us into the new age. Okay, so yes, as much as it looks stupid and bullshit and controlled and hurtful and angry out there, if you're the lighthouse, you only see light. You only see light in the person who is hurting and screaming and homeless, and you see someone who just needs to be seen. She probably didn't even need the money. She didn't want the money. She even told me, I don't want your money. She got the money anyway. I wasn't taking no, because I wanted her to know I saw her. That's it. Okay, everybody right here. I am courage. I am love. I am truth. Now feel it with this new moon or the full moon coming. I feel courage. I feel love. I feel truth. I see courage. Put it in your third eye. Tap your third eye. I see courage. I see truth. I know love. I know courage. I know truth. Tap it everywhere. I just put it in here so your nervous system will constantly be rewired. Okay. So your challenge for the next month into Libra system, because it's the Libra axis of energy, right? The Libra season, and Libra is all about partnership. So you want to look at other people and judge them and criticize and, complain about what they're doing, right? So complaining, your challenge is the complaining self-check. Can you reset the complaining that you're doing about anything and see the blessing it's delivering instead? Okay, so I'm going to open up for Q&A because I really want you guys to touch on this. Where are you seeing yourself repeatedly complaining? On what topic? Okay, I'm going to go back to some of these comments that were really great. I'm in a 2 or 3 of complaining. Good. I've been irritated by some, pushed to see others for their insecurity, poor behavior patterns. I have learned to flip it into offering unconditional love and acceptance with grace and compassion. We each evolve at our own space. Okay, this is really beautifully said. Why? Because she's looking at them, what their patterns, what they're doing. And what I want to say is, flip it on yourself and say, what are they showing me about me? Wow, what a blessing. Why do I accept that? Why am I willing to entertain that? Why am I in need to be liked, to be seen, to be accepted? It's a very powerful, deep thing you have to look into. It's hard. It's not comfortable at all. I'm with you. But when you do, when you're really willing to go, I ain't going to play this BS story with anyone anymore. I ain't going to play the stupid bullshit boxes out in the world that they keep telling me this is the way it's going to be. I'm going to pick me. And why am I entertaining this world that I'm in? And when you're only shining and you let them be, they won't want to be around you anymore. You're absolutely right. She said, I'm offering unconditional love and compassion, but then step away and put it right back onto you, because I want you to turn it. Okay, it's time to offer me unconditional love, offer me more compassion, offer me that I. Okay, they're showing you where you need to heal some I. Okay, does this make sense, my friends? Okay, let's see. Okay, someone's saying, I have a hard time because it's like you don't know what to do when you're in a crisis. Yeah, this is super good. Okay, this is well said as well. This is what I do, okay? I ask myself, what's making me irritated or sad? So when I'm in a crisis, and again, guys, I'm honest. The last several weeks, lots of crying, lots of out of nowhere for no reason. I have nothing to cry about, but then there were things, thoughts, memories, experiences, situations that I've been dealing with my company just broke me down. I was weighted and I was like, no, I don't want this weight anymore. So when this person's asked me this, I get it. It feels like a crisis, but right now you're okay sitting in your chair, being wherever you are, feeling something. So whatever it is that's making you irritated or sad, when I would do that, I would say, what is this asking me to love about me instead? What about this thing do I need to what is it offering me instead, this crisis? What inside of me needs to be seen instead? What is it really doing for me? What is the truth? Because you have to remember, I said earlier, you have to be first willing to see the truth, then be willing to let it flow past you with your new insight of attending to you. And I do, and I have been doing this a lot lately. There's been some physical pains that I've been dealing with. So that's the same thing. Does that make sense? Okay, so someone says, over the last couple of months, my anxiety has been so unpredictable. Well said, because mine too. I'm with you, girl. I've been able to manage my stress, but lately there have been an impending doom that's overwhelming. So you're all feeling this. Had anyone else been feeling this way? Yes, I've been feeling this. And if so, what do we do in the moment of irrational fear? I seriously feel like I can't breathe and can't figure out why. Okay. This is exactly what I'm trying to teach you guys right now, is that when you're in the crisis. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that I've been, so Dawn has a syndrome and this person has it too. When you do so much, and I'm using my company, she could be in other areas, right? This is this inner child. What I'm trying to tell you is when we're sitting in crisis and it's literally like you can't breathe, I want you to go, okay, if I can't breathe, what is this forcing me to do? And its focuses on what you can't do is telling you to do something. That's what I want you to do when you're in that moment of crisis. So these two people ask the same question. I want you to say, if I can't breathe, what is this forcing me to do? It's actually forcing me to breathe. Okay, so I'm just going to focus on that. Nothing else. Not what you need, because whenever we get into this panic, irrational, as she said, and I get it, it's irrational because right now you're sitting in a chair, okay. So if it's just forcing you to do that for 5 minutes, that's all you do. And you go, oh, okay. And then the next thing that comes up and you go, okay, right? I'm having anxiety, irrational fear about something happening. And then I ask myself, okay, is this irrational fear happening to me right now? No. So did it happen before and did I recover? Actually, I did a really good job getting out of it then. That means I have the power to do it now again, which means I don't have to do it anytime soon. I just have to be here now. Because we keep asking ourselves where this is coming from. And I guarantee you, your shadow beast's going to go, oh, it's coming from over here. Don't you remember when you were 2? No, you don't. This happened and you put a protection mechanism into yourself that auto-regulates you to shut down. So my point is that simply asking yourself, what am I feeling? Can't breathe, panic. What is it asking me to do? Breathe and sit here and don't go anywhere, but sit in this corner. I'm not lying, you guys. I literally sat outside the back patio and I was just bawling over some stuff that was so angry and frustrating for me. I'm sure the neighbors like, what is going on over there? But then when I just let it pass like a river, I didn't move. I didn't try to change it. I just asked it, what is it wanting? And I was like, oh, it's just wanting me to dump all this angry thought and old stuff. And thus it moved me to unpacking a box I didn't know I had. Then it moved me to shredding. And then it kind of took me down a river. So my answer is, in this now moment, ask it what it is and what it wants you to do. And do that in that now moment with no questions asked. Breathe, cry, scream, or just ask, what is it asking you to know about you? Because typically when we are having panic attacks or anxieties, because we're living in the past or the future, we're not here now. Does that help? And again, you're not the only one. So has anyone else been, everyone's been feeling this, right? Because this, like I said, this Libra Virgo energy is very anxiety prone, but it's going to lighten up because Aries, like I said, is going to push us to go, screw it. I'm going to go do what I want to do right now. Does that make sense? So if we can be in the right now moment, and you can stop living in the past, which is your shadow beast and your inner child, your little child, and the future, you don't know the future. If anybody is on here that's a psychic and wants to tell us the future, we would love it. I guarantee you it won't happen because we don't know the future because it's always now. Okay. How are we doing on time? Oh, I'm okay. So here's another one. I don't know if any of you are having health stuff, but this is another one. What if you're in really poor health or in actual pain? Anybody on here, go ahead and throw me a yes or a wave if you're feeling the physical pain stuff, okay? I want you guys to understand when you're physically having pain or anxiety about, you might get pain, right? Because pain and health are a big deal on the planet right now because we're all realizing that medicine has been lying to us for a long time. And so then now we're like, oh, kiss my ass, I'm not doing it, okay? All right, so when you have physical pain, and I'm going to tell you, I've had some shoulder and arm stuff, okay? So I was having this one too. So I'm glad you guys are bringing this all up. This is exactly what your body is doing when you have physical pain to get you to see it, to get you to see you. As much as you want to think it's about the pain or the part of your body, it's not. Love that part of your body. Ask it for other ways out of that pain. I wrote this chapter in my Balls book, my book, Balls, Building Balanced Relationships. And if you don't have that, go get it. Okay, it's on Amazon or it's on my website. And the chapter, in this chapter, I wrote about handing your golden ball of fate, right, to another person. Specifically in the book, I was referring to a doctor and like your health, right? Like, how have we gotten to the point where we've actually said to the doctor, here's my golden ball of fate. It's all on you now. Take care of me and don't drop it. And if I get sick, it's your fault. It's not. Poor doctors. No wonder they've all had to crumble under the pressure. And there are a lot of doctors out there who are natural born healers, but they're in this rock and hard place. They'll get out. Don't worry. I promise you will all, the doctors that are actual healers will move into the next age of Aquarius. But my point being, is that you've been handing your fate to another human being, okay? Your health will correct when you start listening to what your health wants to heal. And it's likely an emotion because of the unexpressed emotion that you had at one point in time and that you've had maybe multiple times, that you keep shoving and stuffing it down, and then it became uncomfortable. Then this discomfort then becomes discomforting. Then that discomfort starts to become disease. And then it becomes chronic inflammation of pain until you start going, okay, I'm listening to you. What do you want now? And the body's going, are you going to pay attention to me? You going to pay attention to me? Just sit here in silence and love me. That's what the body's saying until you release that emotion. So I'm just going to give you what I do. You can do it. You don't have to do it. Everybody just asks, what do you do, Dawn? Okay. So I put myself on a healing detox, which was every time I would feel pain, I'd go get, I love acupuncture. I love all these different types of natural healing, just because I love the natural effect that has so quickly, right? But put myself on a healing detox. And I said, no, you will not go do that. You will sit with this and hear your body, hear yourself. And so I started doing these three things. First, I said, what is this pain blessing me with? Like, what is it trying to tell me about me? Funny how my shoulder and my arm, and I looked them up in the energy healing of what your shoulders carrying the weight of the world, right? So I was like, okay, well, then I'm not going to carry the weight anymore. I'm just going to share how I learned how to get out of that weight. And when I started doing that, that was my first thing. It's blessing me with, what is this telling me? Telling me to stop carrying everything and stop putting the weight on my shoulders and start putting the weight into the body, into the cell, into time. Okay. Number one, what is this blessing me with? Number two, I drink what I've taught you all called charged water, but I drink now what's called DNA water. It's charged water on steroids. And I know this will be hard for you to comprehend, but I'm just going to give you the quick tidbit. I'll talk about it more next week if you guys want me to, because I'm running out of time. I drink DNA charged water. So I take a glass of water, right? And I fill it up with water, glass, by the way. And then I put a small amount of saliva, and you can't even see it. You don't even know it's in there, into the water. And I tell the water, I talk to it and I say, I love you. Thank you for loving me. Charge this water with all the healing codes of my DNA, because my friends, your DNA doesn't only have all of the codes in it of what's wrong with your body, it also has all the codes of how to heal your body naturally. It's like plant medicine. You're a plant, you're organic, you are from nature. So because of that, the DNA in your body, it knows how to heal you. So I know it sounds simple, but I do it every single night. And all of a sudden this morning, guess what released is my frozen shoulder. The frozen shoulder that I've had for probably 2 or 3 years. Gets better, goes back into pain, gets better, goes back into pain. But I've been sitting with it and putting energy back and asking myself, what do I need? I'm like, I need to quit carrying so much weight emotionally. I need to help someone who's in need. The lady who was homeless she didn't want my help, and I helped her anyway, but I didn't carry it. I just gave and walked away. Okay. So this is my point. So anyway, if you want to know, those are the things I do. I ask the pain what it wants. I give it time and energy to sit with it. And then I drink my charged DNA water. Okay. So that's what I do. I know it works, but I'm just telling you, I've been doing a little experiment because I have the charged water on my website. Just add the saliva to it. So go onto my website, go to Love Water under tools, and you'll see I have an example of how to make your own love water, and then add a little bit of saliva to it every night and let it charge through the night. And then in the morning, you drink the healing elixir. Okay. Next person. Oh, she's feeling her foot. Yes, my left foot. Arch area, left foot, your feminine side. I'm experiencing major pain. I looked into it. It is abandonment issues from my parents' divorce when I was 6 years old. Of course it is. See, it stems from emotions. I have repeated similar behavior from my parents in my relationships, and I'm spending time with it, treating it with gentle, loving care, allowing it to be and releasing it, offering forgiveness for all involved. I will try the healing water. Thank you, Don. Yes. Please, and charge it and say, this healing water has the healing codes in my DNA to heal my foot. And then I want you to keep telling your foot, I love you, I love you, I love you. Guess what I've been telling my shoulders? I love you, I love you, I love you. We don't speak to ourselves. Why? Let's go back to the beginning title of this call. We complain and criticize ourselves so much that we don't even know how to love ourselves. So tonight, this is the call. I'm calling you all out to start loving yourself and just charge your water and start loving the pain, even if it's an emotional pain, even if it's the person earlier. Charge your DNA water with anxiety. The DNA codes to cancel anxiety, to heal anxiety. Nothing in this energetic field of your body, in your Taurus field, cannot be healed naturally. It'll take a little longer, of course, but we're also programmed from stupid big pharma and medicine that you had to take a pill for that. There's a pill for that. The pills are hurting you. They're killing you. Go see go to natural, my biological dentistry, naturopaths, natural healing, or Chinese medicine, all these options. Or if you don't want to do that and you want to take a healing detox like I did, I forced myself within to listen, just like Jamie is, which I absolutely love Jamie. Okay, quick review here, quick. I don't want to miss this. I'm doing a masterclass, my friends. Go onto the website. I'm doing a masterclass called Removing Boulders to Manifest Miracles. Some of you have done parts of this, but it's your life purpose and you forget what it is. I get it. Boulders blocking you from your life purpose. and learning who your personal spirit guides are. Okay, we've done this multiple times, but we forget, and you're not utilizing this. I want you to stop questioning why you are here and stop trying to fit in with everybody and start living your greatest miracles. Okay, so go register to on the events page on my website, idinow.com or ideserveitnow.com. Okay, and just so you all know, those of you who are actual Truth Tribe members, which are on the Zoom, or if you have a Truth Tribe membership, go tap in or go log in into the portal, go to dashboard on my website, log into your dashboard, and there's a coupon code there. So if you want 20% off, you can go get it there. You have to log in to get it. If not, you play full price because the cost is super low. I mean, it's really very minimal cost, but log in, tap the dashboard, use your Truth Tribe or your Warrior Pass entry to get the coupon code. Share this Truth Tribe with all your friends. Share it high and low. Share the replays with everyone who are struggling right now, because I want you all to know the struggle will go away when you choose I. Who am I right now? You don't need to go anywhere. You can scream, you can cry, you can just breathe. And I guarantee you do it for a minute to 5 minutes. All of a sudden you'll be like, huh, okay, I like me. It's okay for me to spend time on me. Okay, so I want you all to join this class if you have the ability to get in and hop in. If you're on my Instagram, just type the word Boulders in my DM. It'll send you all the link stuff you need as well. But again, I'm doing that on October 12th. And then those of you who are in Facebook or my Instagram, if you guys want to take a free spin, I'm also I do the daily IDI text at you guys every morning. But if you want like a daily dose in your email, a little mini week-long, Dawn, kind of open my mind up right now, help me focus on me, just go type the word spin into my Instagram, DM me spin, and it'll start sending you mini challenges for 7 days to help you stay here. Okay, free. Just go on there. I'm trying to help everyone the best I can in these different departments. Okay, and so again, removing boulders to manifest miracles, October 12th. Go sign up, and if you want to get the little easy DMs, instant messages, messages coming to you from me through an email instead of like, going and watching something. It's just a little thing that we go through like we do on the call, but you read it and then it asks you to do something and it gives you a challenge for the day. I know you guys can do this. I want you all to know there is nothing wrong with you, whether anxiety, whether your foot hurts, whether your shoulder hurts, whether your heart hurts. You're going to be okay. I believe it in my soul. Okay. You're going to go and override all of this DNA that has been programmed for lifetimes. Get ready. That's stripping away and the I mode is changing. And you're going to step into I'm okay. I am courage. I am love. I am truth. You guys, I love you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, email me, text me, just find me. I love you. Brightest blessings. You guys have a good night. Take care.